Hi, my name is Kristin Clark, and I am here with Cara Nance, and today we're talking about energizing your career through strengths. Cara, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you doing, Kristen?
I am awesome. So, Cara and I are doing this series, and we want to help you really understand how to use your strengths in your career and how to ask for the projects that make sense for you based on your natural talents.
Yeah, absolutely. We want you to live in your strengths and just have that sense of agency. You know what you bring, and your teams are excited to have you on board. Absolutely.
Great. Well, and today we're talking about activator. So the official CliftonStrengths definition of an activator is this: people who are especially talented in the activator theme can make things happen by turning thoughts into action. They are often impatient. And I can relate.
Yeah. This is your second theme high, correct?
It is my second, and I will tell you, if push comes to shove, this is the one I lean on all the time.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. Wow. That's quite the statement.
Yes. And you know it can be a little bit of a freight train. So let's tell people what this can look like in
Absolutely.
daily words.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a lot like the sprinter on the sprint block. So you've got that visual of get ready, set, go. And the get ready is that thought that pops in. The get set is like, I'm already there. And go is like, I'm already gone. So that's very much how the activator theme shows up. It's quite instantaneous. It happens often in a split second, it seems. So
Yes. And a lot of times people say it's ready, it's something aim fire. What's that one? And we're the it's oh my gosh, it's a shooting term. So
yeah,
it's
get
ready,
set.
aim, fire, ready,
Oh
aim,
yeah, yeah,
fire. Where
yeah.
we're kind of like fire, ready, aim. We just
Right,
get
right,
it backward.
right.
So yeah. So I
Yeah,
love, love
go set mark. Right. Yeah.
exactly. We're off to the races. So let's talk about how this, well, an activator's your ninth, so you
It
still
is.
pull from it. Okay.
Yes.
Let's show up or talk about how this theme shows up in work. Do you want to start it off?
Yeah, sure. So often as a team lead, like a project manager, so thinking through those morning meetings when you're brainstorming, okay, how does their day look? What does it look like? And the activator theme high leads are those who, while the meeting is still going on and we're brainstorming ideas, activator theme high friends are already emailing the people to make sure that whatever we figure out for the day is going to happen. We're reaching out to the subcontractors. Like it again is instantaneous, and the rest of your team's looking all like, "Oh, so we're doing that? Okay, all right, good to know." So, how about for you?
I would say I'm the one in meetings and high activators. I see it all the time. They're the ones saying, okay, who's going to take this part on? What's the timeline? What's the due date? Let's go.
Right,
They're getting people moving.
yes,
I always say too, like in home life, if somebody says, "Hey, let's throw a party for so and so," we're the ones going, "Great, get your calendar out. Okay, it's going to be on that day. They like the color purple, so and in 5 minutes you've got a party started." And they're like, "How did that happen?" And it's so natural
magic.
for us,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, and work. If you're going to ask for a project, being a high activator, and you're going to raise your hand and say, "Let me be a part of that," what's that look like? What should we ask for?
Yeah, so my thought on this one is really reach out and identify your power partnerships. So your fellow team leads across your organization that are working on other projects, and you've tuned in, so you've got an understanding of which teams are kind of stuck right now. So offer up. This is a great opportunity for you to offer up your thoughts on how to move forward, and always be mindful of asking permission first, because that's sometimes another part to the like, ooh, you just stepped on some people's toes because you're so ready. You see it so clearly, and that is awesome. However, you need to bring your fellow friends on board with your vision. So,
You do. And as you know, if you've got somebody that you're working with that isn't as comfortable with that risk, I agree with you, Cara. It's gotten me in trouble more times than it's not. So it's always good for me to partner with somebody that will also slow me down a little bit.
yes, yeah,
And I always appreciate it. Sometimes people get nervous because, we're like, go.
yeah,
And for them to slow me down is welcome.
Right.
right?
Is there a benefit that you have found in those slowdowns, like something that maybe you would have missed, or?
Oh yeah. Because as a high activator, I'm okay learning as I go. So
Mm,
sometimes that's wasteful because I'm moving and I don't necessarily always have a plan. Um, so I'm just moving and shaking. So for people and it is, people that are risk averse, that is scary sometimes.
great.
And I'd say the other beautiful thing about other people helping and jumping in, Kara, is if the thought's a little bit more well thought out or they've thought about some of the risks, then they're shooting me in a straight line
Mhm.
versus
Yeah,
me doing the, weaving in and out and figuring it out. So yeah, it's always helpful because I get stuff done even faster, which I love.
you
Yeah.
go. Even more efficient. I love it.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Well, and then the last thing I'd say is on projects, because activators are not afraid to get things started. If you have a big project at work, raise your hand for that, especially if you've got people that are like, "Ooh, we don't even know where to start." The thing that activators are great at is getting people off the dime and moving. And even if it's the little stuff that you can at least just get started and get that momentum built, your activators are great at that.
Yeah, yeah. Well said. Well said. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason why Kara and I are doing this is we want you to get closer to your strengths, understand them better, and really increase your confidence to be able to raise your hand at work and to take on those projects that are going to energize you and make you happy.
Yeah, yeah. We want you to feel the joy, and truly working from your strengths and living from your strengths is one way to really feel that joy. We just want that for you. We're excited to support you in your journey.
All right. We'll see you next week.
All right. We'll see you, friend. Take care.